everyone, and thanks for tuning in to 9 on the Positive Side this weekend. I'm Courtney Courtwright, and here are some of what you can expect today. Believe it or not, fall is almost here, but we're going to ask you to think Christmas in this story. Why Santa's in training came from the North Pole. Plus, it's something many of you might have even played with as a kid. Legos, how the toy is helping children in hospitals. And the heartwarming moment to North Carolina boys meet their hero. You're not going to want to miss that. Labor Day is almost here, though. We know a lot of you plan to go and get away. According to Campgrounds of America, most of you plan to go camping. Thankfully, you won't have to go too far. You still have time. Bob Buckley found a place that's a destination vacation 365 days a year.
300 acres of land, a beautiful lake, trails, and plenty of places to play.
It offers a gem mine, a carousel, a train ride, a wildlife area with all North Carolina native animals. We also have a campground with 70 campsites and 6 cabins. We have a lake that's about 10 acres with paddle boats, which you see behind me with children playing in it.
All of that, plus a splash pad and a 36-hole miniature golf course that's ADA compliant, makes Dan Nicholas Park in Rowan County a destination.
It's a hidden gem.
More than 600,000 people a year visit the area that's 9 miles outside of Salisbury.
You can spend the entire day here. It's a low-cost event for people with a family of 4 or more to travel to as a destination.
Entry into the park is free, the splash pad is free, and the train rides and carousel cost $1 per rider. Some of the other amenities offer educational experiences.
Our nature center offers field trips and nature programs. We offer gem mine programs as well. And field trips, basically out of 100 counties, we touch 36 counties that come to the park.
One of the biggest attractions for people outside of what already sits on the 330 acres of land is the Autumn Jubilee.
We've been doing Autumn Jubilee for 35 plus years, and it's always the first full weekend in October, and we'll have anywhere from 25 to 30,000 people here each day, and it's craft, games for children, events, food.
If you haven't been to Dan Nicholas Park, make the trip. Check out the trails or have a picnic at one of these shelters with the family. In Rowan County, Bob Buckley, Fox 8 News.
Lots to do there. One North Carolina woman has been working the counter of a pharmacy in Stokes County for half a century. Chad Tucker introduces us to this special woman and explains to us why she says she does not plan on slowing down anytime soon.
It's the only time Bonnie Sink hesitated stepping into work at the Stokes Pharmacy in King.
Congratulations, honey.
She's been coming to work here for 50 years.
A special visitor.
These folks
This is Pam.
are her youngins.
And this is her son, who is now one of the owners, Ross.
He's now my boss.
Yes, my youngins. Not children, they're youngins.
She was just a youngin' herself when she came here in August of 1972.
I tell a lot of people I was born here.
You remember coming in that first day?
I do, and I wore high-heel shoes. That's not what you need on this job.
Much of the staff today wasn't even born when she started.
Yeah, if she's off one day, people are like, where is Bonnie?
Congratulations.
Why is she not here? You know?
This is James.
But she's watched them grow, along with the many customers
I have a name for him, but I won't say it.
that she knows so well.
I'm working in the 4th generation now. I remember the grandma and grandpa, the mom and daddy, the children, the grandchildren. Oh my goodness.
People come through the drive-through, they'll say, "Where's my girlfriend?" I said, "Okay, Bonnie, one of your boyfriends has been in." She said, "Which one?"
She's gonna come back later, Ralphie.
And Bonnie plans to keep coming back as long as she can.
Some of my youngins still come to see me.
Because it's all these years of work that's kept her young.
I love my job. I've always loved being with people and doing things. You know?
In King,
That looks real good.
North Carolina.
See you in another 50 years.
Thank you. Bye.
I'm Chad Tucker.
They've added to my life, and I hope I've added to theirs.
Oh, so special. And Bonnie says she loves her job and the customers so much she plans to keep working until she physically can't. A popular North Carolina destination is going to celebrate its birthday. Check this out. Grandfather Mountain's swinging bridge was built in 1952. The park is looking to hold a party for the destination's 70 years of service. Park officials will hold an anniversary celebration on September 2nd. And speaking of September, it might almost be September. It is, but it's never too early, some say, to think about Christmas. Several people are learning how to transform into Santa Claus. Check it out. The organization Santa's Just Like Me launching its first School of Being Santa session. The school is focused on finding more men of color to become Santa and bring joy to children this holiday season. This is what some of the class covered.
The various types of children that you're going to encounter, the women that love Santa that you need to be watching out for.
Those with the school say they're hoping to host another Santa class this fall. And speaking of bringing joy to others, a penguin at the San Diego Zoo now has some more pep in his step thanks to some creative new footwear. Bradley Blackburn shows us.
Lucas the penguin suffers from a chronic and painful condition called bumblefoot.
Lucas was not walking appropriately. He was showing a lot of tenderness on his left side, which is where his bumble is located.
But not anymore, thanks to a new pair of orthopedic boots made just for him.
I'm so excited that we've been able to do this for Lucas. Lucas was one of the first birds that I raised here at San Diego Zoo.
Caretakers say the boots attached with Velcro are cushioned and make walking less painful.
So we see him actually moving his toes when he walks now, which is something we hadn't seen in years.
Lucas and his newfound happy feet can now keep up with all the other penguins without a limp. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News.
And so what we've done is create a coffee experience, and it is one of a kind in the world.
Connecting people through a cup of coffee, how one shop is helping those learn new skills. And a special nonprofit is bringing a favorite pastime to those with disabilities. The story behind the Beautiful Lives Project. The owner of a new kind of coffee house is connecting with the Charlotte community through all 5 senses. Their sensory-inspired business is also employing people who are often overlooked in the workforce. Brett Baldock has more on this unique coffee house, and he shares the inspiration behind the brand.
If you follow your nose, you'll smell the scent of fresh roasted coffee in West Charlotte. Harvest Coffee workers don't just roast coffee here. The employees package it and even sell it at a connected coffee house.
And so what we've done is create a coffee experience, and it is one of a kind in the world.
The experience starts in the coffee lab. It's where someone can literally experience different notes of coffee similar to a wine tasting.
And each person walking through is going to have their own experience unique to themselves, identifying a coffee type of application and a flavor.
Each flavor of coffee is associated with different colors. With the press of a button, the coffee lab will change those colors. You can even sense the taste of coffee by touch. The goal is to use all 5 senses. It's to help customers choose their favorite cup of joe. But you could say there is an even more important reason why senses here shine.
Each one of our employees has a different way in which they're coming to the business because they have intellectual and developmental disabilities.
People with Down syndrome, autism, and other disabilities do it all from roasting beans to printing labels onto bags.
Because typically individuals that are in that position are in the background, and we don't want to do that. We want to be in the forefront.
Creator Toby Foreman has always put people first, starting with his own family. His brother has autism and his son Reed has Down syndrome. Reed's first job opportunity came here.
And to see my son thriving is all the joy in the world for me.
A A special nonprofit is going cross-country, giving baseball fans with disabilities a chance to participate on and off the field. Take a look. The Beautiful Lives Project invites kids and adults to play the popular pastime. The nonprofit comes as an effort to break boundaries, even convincing others with vision impairments to consider pursuing it.
They're able to see how important it is to surround yourself with people and friends who believe in you.
Organizers say it's often minor league baseball players helping out in the event.
My favorite way to carve is to go to the wood without a really specific plan and try to just have that freedom.
A tribute to our country. Next on 9 on the Positive Side, meet the artist behind this wood carving and his inspiration. Welcome back. A cancer survivor in Illinois is giving back to his community. Adam Petraglia is donating one of a child's favorite toys to help kids dealing with certain medical issues. Micah Mater has more.
Are you ready? Oh my goodness. Look at all of those.
There's nothing like a set of Legos to lift a child's spirit.
It is limitless. It is timeless. Kids can do whatever they are feeling with a Lego brick.
Especially when that child is sick. Adam Petraglia delivers Legos to kids to children's wards and hospitals because he understands how important it is for a sick child to have a creative outlet. The 32-year-old learned he had leukemia on his 11th birthday.
It was that moment that kind of flipped life upside down for an 11-year-old, being thrust into a hospital room for the next 6 months.
These plastic bricks in many ways helped him get through his hospital stay. Creating and building Legos brought him a sense of normalcy.
It is totally an escape from where you are, and it lets you just zone into that.
Petraglia is now cancer-free. He focuses now on his purpose and passion to giving back. He created Bricks of Hope, a nonprofit that collects and donates Lego sets for hospitalized children.
We had a huge wave of support. Honestly, almost every day we had boxes waiting for us at our mailbox.
Petraglia has donated more than 1,000 Lego sets to Chicago area hospitals, including Advocate Lutheran General Hospital. It's where he spent months fighting cancer. Child life specialist Katie Steinberg says the hospital is thrilled for the donation.
I would say he's already inspired a lot of our patients who have received some of his Lego sets that have then turned around and donated back again.
Petraglia says the Lego sets are so popular, some hospitals go through more than 100 sets a month.
What we've always been hearing is that it is the most requested item on their list.
For safety reasons, Petraglia doesn't always have the opportunity to meet the children, but he treasures the moments when it happens.
We did meet a young patient who came out to accept the donation from us, and I got to say it was probably one of the best feelings I've had in this whole experience.
It's a gift from us to you. You can pick which one.
Helping the children during recovery is personal for him.
I feel like I survived for a reason, and this is maybe a part of that reason of why I'm here today.
Adam Petraglia, he's one of Chicago's very own.
What a great thing to do. Now, over in the UK, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge are receiving special Lego treatment. Let's show you what we're talking about. It took 19 hours to make. Legoland Windsor is setting up a new display showing the young royals and their family moving from London's Kensington Palace to the grounds of the Queen's Windsor estate. There's 4,100 pieces in all of this. The Lego royals will be on display throughout the month of September. Have an idea of a good news story for 9 on the Positive Side? Well, we want to hear from you. Send your ideas to the email on your screen you're seeing right there, newsdesk@WNCT.com. Again, it's newsdesk@WNCT.com for your stories ideas. You can also reach out to me directly on Facebook or on Twitter with your ideas.
We don't know about how we've changed his lives, but we know that he obviously changed ours.
A story that might make you cry. A special reunion next. See the moment two brothers meet their special hero. When it comes to heroes, you could not find a better example than the one in this story. CBS's Steve Hartman goes on the road with an update about our past, present, and our future.
It all began here in Raleigh, North Carolina,
A1.
with a flurry of plastic bombshells.
You sunk our battleship!
As we first reported in 2015, Carter and Jack Hansen were really into Battleship, which led to a family vacation to see the Yorktown, a retired aircraft carrier in Charleston, South Carolina.
I just realized how amazing history could be.
And it was about to get even better. On that same trip, the boys learned about a World War II vet named Robert Harding, who actually served on the Yorktown. They got his email address, started corresponding daily, and even put his picture by their beds. Give them the chance and they'd chew your ear off about Mr. Harding and what he did on board as a plane handler.
And when the plane's ready to launch, he would like go unstrap this, and the plane would like go flying that direction.
The folks who run the Yorktown say a lot of kids love the ship, but no kid has ever fallen for a sailor who served here like these two boys have fallen for Mr. Harding, which is why, for this trip, the Yorktown made special arrangements.
Okay.
For a surprise visitor.
Mr. Harding?
That's right.
Hugging an old salt never felt so sweet.
Oh, you're a good boy.
It was hard to tell who enjoyed it more or who needed it more.
Japanese plane.
Over the years, Mr. Harding says he'd kept most of his war stories to himself.
You know, where they were firing, I guess I need somebody to talk to about it. It's surprising the way it worked out.
Since we first told this story, the kids have stayed in touch with Mr. Harding, sending hundreds of emails, each one signed, "Your friends and shipmates." Once they even turned the tables on Mr. Harding, surprising him at his house in Oklahoma. Whoever said history is irrelevant, obviously, never fell in love with it.
We don't know about how we've changed his lives, but we know that he obviously changed ours.
Steve Hartman, CBS News, on the road.
Just love that story. And an artist in Iowa is giving new life to what's left of a tree so it can inspire lives. And it's beautiful. Artist Andy Clint is behind what you're seeing right here, a bald eagle. He spent hours working on this and poured every ounce of creativity into it. He says he wants this tree to become an enduring symbol of freedom.
Just a constant exploration, I think, is the word I would use. I generally, my favorite way to carve is to go to the wood without a really specific plan and try to just have that freedom to be able to kind of make changes as I'm carving, because it's a very much a discovery-oriented process for me.
And this eagle was commissioned for a non-active Marine who wanted to salvage the dead tree in his yard. A friend put the two in touch, and the results, well, you're seeing them right there. They speak for themselves. And thank you so much for watching 9 on the Positive Side. Let's show you one more thing, though, before we go. Therapy dogs comforting nurses and doctors. Have a great day, everyone.